BrickUpedia is a really big ripoff of Wikipedia. Except it's about Lego. Because Wikipedia's and Lego articles suck. Now, anyway, our focus. We're an online encyclopedia about Lego bricks and other products. Mostly including sets, themes, minifigures, parts, and other stuff. Taking a selfie?
No. I'm taking a picture of that so I can read it here.
Okay. Anyways.
I'll turn around and hurt my neck.
Well, we don't want you to do that. Our audience is anyone who wants to know more about Lego products. It could be fans, people who aren't fans.
Anyone with a web browser.
Yeah, pretty much anybody who has access to the internet and knows how to type into the URL bar, like Wikipedia.
Alright, so BZPower started out as a Bonicle fan site back in 2001. Once Bonicle ended a few years ago, we kind of broadened our focus to more general Lego stuff, but mainly focusing on some of the story-based themes that Lego has, like Ninjago, Legends of Chima, and Hero Factory. But now with Bonicle back, that's definitely our main focus. So we're that's our target demographic there, is people of all ages who are Lego fans and like those kind of story-based and construction themes, and want to share their creations and enter contests and things like that.
We don't really use a website that much. We use YouTube, and we're also on Roku and Fire TV, and working on an iPad app. And our main focus is set reviews, news, but really recently our focus is to kind of give us a really broad interaction between ourselves, bringing attention to builders. You'll see a big change in our channel, trying to get attention to the great builders in the Lego community. We're going to be doing that through, we just started a new segment called Mock Mondays, where we pick a theme, and on that Monday we go on Flickr or the different mock pages, Brickshelf, whatever. We pick the best mocks in a specific theme or keyword, and then we let the fans vote on it, and then at some point in that week, we'll reveal the results. And so it's bringing attention to the builders. And there'll be other segments that we try to do that too, and kind of push attention away from us and more on you guys and on people doing fun, great stuff. Audience is kids. Half of them are like trolls. They say mean things to people they don't know and have never met. And
never read YouTube comments.
History, we started actually the very last day of 2009, so basically beginning of 2010, and pretty much.
That video with the Toy Story review, right?
That's right.
Remember that?
Buzz is Snark.
I was there.
No.
Yeah.
No, Buzz and Woody's Rescue.
Yeah, Buzz and Woody's Rescue.
I don't do this often. Mask of Destiny was started back in 2001, kind of around the time BZPower started up, and it was started by Philip Weiss, who runs rebelscum.com, and he had actually gotten a few reviews from people, and he picked those people up to start doing reviews for this Bionicle website. The primary thing that Mask of Destiny has, it's got a collection archive where we have a complicated system of checkboxes that kind of associate articles back and forth so that we can have things like poster articles, and so if you click on the poster you can see that's related to certain news stories. So we're more of an archive for older sets. I guess the primary audience is anybody who's looking specifically for Bionicle news. That I'll post anything that somebody sends me that's related to Lego news, but I primarily try to find, when I'm not good at finding news. I'm better when people actually send it my way. I prioritize Bionicle news, but I'll pretty much post any Lego news and even some other off-brands when people are interested in sending it our way.
My name is Matthew Kay. I do a little thing called Beyond the Brick. Tends to be like a weekly video interview podcast. Our episodes tend to last about an hour long. We kind of target really just any Lego fan that you can think of. We've had we've had you on, and we've had you on, and
Yeah, mine was
we've had
an hour
him
before.
on, and we've had a lot of people in this room on, actually. But and we're gonna have him on next week, actually. We just kind of like to get what people are passionate about into the public eye. So episodes tend to last about an hour long. The audience is really, it tends to kind of veer more towards like hardcore Lego fans, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's a lot of fun. You can go Legos, right?
I'm Ross, my YouTube channel, Michael MDF, and what I do is I make all kinds of custom minifigures based on practically any and all characters that catch my interest from various movies, TV shows, video games, and I fully paint every single one of them, and I've made probably well over 1,000 in the past 8 years that I have been doing this, and I also review as many LEGO sets as I possibly can from the Star Wars superheroes and Minecraft themes, and my reviews, they sort of come from, I guess, a customizer's perspective because I work so closely with minifigures, and so, yeah, it's been quite an experience over the past 8 years, but that's pretty much what I do, and yeah. This is the part where I forget who I am and everything I've known for the past 8 years.
Who's your audience, Ross?
What?
Yeah.
My
Who's your
audience? Oh, is that on the board? Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah, I didn't get special logo because I didn't realize I was coming in until Tuesday. My audience is practically anyone who is interested in making their own custom minifigures, and people who, are obviously are interested in purchasing any of LEGO's products from those things I listed earlier, and so. My main goal for what I do as a YouTuber and what it's always been is to just share my work with others, because obviously, unfortunately, I don't sell my work because it takes so long to do, but to share my work and inspire others to do the same.
I can't say that BrickUniverse is the oldest or the most complete site, but it is the largest LEGO reference site on the internet.
By
Second
what
up,
measure? By what measure the largest?
amount of content,
Oh, okay, all right.
like per page. So BrickSet has a lot of sets and a lot of arts, and so do we. But we also have stuff like set designers, Kevin Hinkles.
What do you have? What do you have of me?
You have an article on Wikipedia.
I don't know if you were listening to what I was saying, maybe you'd know.
I was taking a picture of you talking about it.
Exactly. So basically anything that has to do with LEGO, we'll have information about its history, about like its founders, like who makes each set, like all that kind of stuff. Whereas like our, I guess you call it competition, even though we're more or less partners, BrickSet has just, raw database information. So we have to write all that stuff. Our users do that. We get users from all kinds of sites. Some BZPower members, some Brick Show watchers, some
You know, the brick losers.
exactly. And yeah, our impact. I see people using Brickopedia, like they'll fact check stuff. Like you were telling me yesterday, you check Brickopedia before you do your videos. So that's pretty much our impact.
Sometimes that's not helping.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a box at the bottom of each page where if you don't find what you're looking for, you can tell us, and we'll try to include it. Or we'll mark you as spam.
I'm probably already close to that by then.
Okay. Where does it fit? Good question, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it fits on a server. About I think it's about this big.
Okay,
by
next.
this long. Yeah.
So as far as the impact of the entire online community, I mean, not everyone can come to events like this, like BrickUniverse or the Brick Fairs, BrickCons, Brick Worlds, etc. And not everyone has a lug in their area that they can join, or maybe, for whatever reason they don't want to join a lug. So the online community is a way for people who are passionate about LEGO to find like-minded people and be able to talk and share ideas and share their creations, and get to interact with other people who share the same love that we all have. But even with events like this, you can't always, they're only 4 days long. So what do you do for the rest of the year when you're not at BrickUniverse? You go back online and start watching videos or talking to other LEGO fans. So I think the LEGO online community is pretty essential for us to keep going and keep improving the builds we have and things like that. As far as how BZPower fits in, we have a main focus, like I said before, on construction and Bionicle. So we're the largest Bionicle fan site, so we have a lot of our users coming in to learn more about the storyline, the new sets, share their creations with other people. If you want to find some of the best Bionicle builders, head to BZPower, to our Bionicle-based creations forum. You can find a lot of those posted there. We run contests to help engage the community and help encourage new builds. And so we're kind of trying to fill that niche of people who like the contraction lines.
The first part, I think Andrew pretty much nailed it as far as what the internet allows the LEGO community to do beyond these shows and being able to connect with these people on a daily basis, share ideas for us, share screaming ideas, comments. But as far as how we fit in, I mean, we tried to fill a gap where those who, there's LEGO blogs, but there wasn't really video kind of bringing that, bringing the news, bringing product reviews, all that in video form. So that's the kind of the gap that we're trying to fill. And I think that YouTube obviously really helps us do that. And I don't know, you have anything to say?
I would say also, like, we like to do these videos too, which is, I think, helpful to the online community, but also just this kind of community where we'll do videos before we leave to kind of reach our audience and let them know, this is us leaving, but then once we get here, we said this is what it looks like when you're here. So it takes, everyone's, designs and even the vending tables, like the whole event really, we can say this is the event. If you're in the area, go. Or if there's an event near you, to go. Make it to where you're not just a YouTube name that we see on the screen. Because a lot of times when we meet our fans here, it's cool to see, okay, we only know them as a YouTube name, as a username, but it's fun when we get like Pugnacious 10 right here in front of us. That's where the online community too can bring and say, okay, now come to these events and bring your creations, come, kind of like grow the community in physical form, while also doing it, using the online platform to do that. I think is also helpful and impactful. Is where I see kind of what we do with those tech videos.
Well, that's what this is as a smaller site, and my impact is mostly that since we're a smaller site, we don't have a lot of other stuff to do. I can focus most of my attention to getting just about anything anybody wants up there in a day. So if they can't get their news in on any of the larger sites, they can just come to me, and I'll usually have it up in a day or two. As far as our own community goes, it's a little small. It's gotten smaller for some reason since Bionicle come back, but everybody's saying, oh, everybody's on Facebook and Twitter now. And our site software is incredibly hard to actually get updated. I think it's running on the same software since it first came out, and I think it fits into roughly 3 megabytes. One of the things that's nice about our community is it's usually smaller when it's active, so when one person posts something, there's more people, that one person is getting more of a response, and we actually give each other ideas. Like some of the creations I have down on the floor, some of my best ones that look really cool, like this orange Borak, somebody suggested to make the flip-out shield armor, and I would never have had that if I hadn't had the forum community to give these suggestions to me.
Community, there tends to be a big focus on the actual build, like what people are producing. And for Beyond the Brick, the weekly interviews tend to kind of focus more on the humanistic aspect of the hobby, so the people behind the builds and all that kind of stuff. And as far as what our impact is, I would say we are really the only LEGO podcast in this kind of format that really exists. There's other similar ones, but we tend to kind of be, the biggest, the best, all those great superlatives. Maybe that's just me being delusional. Oh.
My channel, Michael and Jeff, as far as I go with how I think his impact of running online community.
You see, with my minifigures, obviously I've been doing this since 2008, so I guess people have gravitated toward my channel when it comes to custom minifigures. I know various other friends of mine who also post custom minifigures, but it's really only a handful in comparison to how many people review sets on YouTube. But when it comes to my reviews and how I think those impact this community, which is practically what I do on YouTube, because I showcase my custom minifigures, I review those Lego sets I listed previously, and also I do analysis videos on upcoming sets. And so when it comes to the review side of things, I've been saying this quite a lot actually recently, is my reviews, I spend the majority of them, but not entirely, on the figure what I do as a customizer. I always make sure that I dissect the designs and how accurate they are, because that's what I do for my own minifigures. So I will, I will look at the design. It's kind of hard to describe when I'm put on the spot because I'm a Ross. But yeah, you see.
Please talk about yourself in the third person. Russ?
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know that was your name.
Yeah, okay, so Michael is my middle name, and Ross is my first name, Michael, and MGF stands for Making Great Figures. That's all you need to know.
It's also your dad's initials? No.
No, that's a trade secret that he just totally
I'm sorry,
dropped.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, this is where I dropped the mic. I also try, in my reviews, I try to spend an equal amount of time on focusing on the set and its playability, what it has to offer for kids, and all those different things. But because what I do as a customizer, I always try to dissect each design, see how accurate it is, and see, and basically try to pick them apart and see what was necessary and what wasn't, while also thinking of the kids and, the way the LEGO Group would go about these designs on the minifigures. So what I'm saying is my reviews are very minifigure oriented because of what I do as a customizer, so I think that offers something unique, and that's how what I do impacts the community. And also, with my analysis videos, I never rush them, so typically, set pictures will get released, and then all of a sudden, within one day, practically every YouTuber has like a video up there with just like music playing over it, and then that's what they put up. But what I try to do is I will spend at least sometimes even a week working on an analysis video and editing it together. And I basically do like what you could consider a podcast, but I call them analysis videos, because I basically just try to go over every little detail within every single little set, and what I think they'll have to offer before I actually get the chance to review them. And it's good for me too, because I don't always get the chance to review every single set that I would like to. So that's where analysis videos help me there. And also I think it gets a really great conversation going, and I see hundreds and hundreds of comments on each analysis video that I do, because people are so excited for these sets, especially when they're exhibited at Toy Fair and conventions like that. So this is just one of like many things that I do as a YouTuber. And so as far as where I fit in, I think I definitely fit in seamlessly with everybody on YouTube, and because I am definitely not the only customizer or reviewer on there, and so many of us share these same interests in doing these very same things that I've already been explaining. And so, like a basic summary of what I do with my showcases, and speaking of showcases, I realize I probably haven't even mentioned it the entire time. But once I finish a minifigure after having worked on it for 2 months of on and off work, I will showcase it on my channel and go over the process of what it was like for me to make that minifigure over that period of time. And that always seems to inspire a lot of people, because after almost every showcase, I usually see someone trying to duplicate my same figure, and that means that I did my job right. Because the purpose on my YouTube channel is to share my work with everyone and inspire people. So when I see people attempting that very same thing, that is why I do this, and so it means a lot.
I think I've seen you do a 40-minute long narration over images. How is that possible? And I think I know now why, or how that's possible.
It's because I go over quite literally every little detail and every little minifigure included in these upcoming sets, and all the features that I think they're going to offer.
That's awesome. That is really, really crazy.
We're all LEGO fans. Like, we all like this toy that you can do anything with. Are you still doing something? Screaming. Okay, well, we're all LEGO fans. We all like LEGOs. We build, we review LEGO bricks. I think that's like http://lego.com/press/legal/fair play or something. Kevin, can you fact check that real quick? It's Lego bricks. Lego is always meant to be used as an adjective following a noun. I read this like 2 weeks ago.
Good job.
Yeah. Whether we're reviewing sets, going around conventions, displaying mocks, we're all fans of this toy. So really, it's sort of the same sort of thing. But like Andrew was saying earlier over there, he said these conventions don't happen every day, but the online community is there every day.
Sometimes like Lego conventions are gross because like regular nerds like smell weird sometimes. And online doesn't have smell vision yet, so
No idea.
Neither is better. They're just as good. Like we all online communities here, but we're at an in-person convention right now.
I can touch you.
Yeah, like I don't have to comment and wait for you to approve my comment.
or just delete it and then ignore it.
We can exchange vocal conversation through our mouth holes.
Exactly. So, like, he is a physical person here,
Yeah.
but he's also online.
Next person.
Yeah.
As far as the online community versus real life, I think the lines tend to be blurring, right? Because back in the day when like these conventions first started popping up, there's a lot of more physical Lego user groups. But now you have these online communities making their own conventions or attending conventions to put on displays. You'll have groups like Eurobricks will put on a display. BZPower right here at BrickUniverse has a big display. We've got the Brick Show has a booth, things like that. So it's all kind of going back and forth. They're feeding off of each other. You meet the people online, and then you go to the convention to meet them in person, and display your mocks and share ideas, things like that. If you're in geographic proximity to someone, if you're close by, you have an advantage of working together on a big project for a convention like this. But I've still seen people on other sides of the country, work on different halves of a project and then bring it to a convention and put it on display. It's really awesome to see that something like that come together. Sometimes on the online community, it can be easy to hide behind anonymity. Like we're talking about YouTube comments, being trolls and stuff like that. But I think more and more as the technology keeps improving, things like Skype and Google Hangouts, you kind of get to interact more face-to-face with people and kind of avoid some of the anonymity and the possible trollish nature, which is harder to have at an in-person meeting. So the lines are blurring, and there's just a lot of back and forth between the two. And I think at this point, we're never going to get rid of one or the other until we all have Oculus Rifts on our eyes and can just like have a virtual convention. That would be a pretty awesome thing to see.
I would say to compare as which is better, the conventions are definitely better, but the dealing with the online community is easier. You go to the studio, you film, and you go to the beach at night. Here, it's a lot of work, and you got to go out to like 30 degrees cold just to go to dinner. I'm not used to that. But it is more enjoyable to be at these conventions and actually, as I alluded to before with Pugnacious, with many people, is put faces to names, and I think that's better. Being at the conventions is better, but like I said, it is easier though to just sit down and deal with it. But because we do have to drive here and set up for a full day and all that. But it is definitely worth it once everything's been completed.
Yeah, they do a lot better. People here don't ask somebody to get a haircut. They don't tell me how hot my wife is.
See, you're the online. It's gray area here.
Yeah, I mean, your relationships, to compare that to online, I don't think you can compare it. I mean, we're giving this guy a lot of attention over here, but we just went to dinner with him and his father.
Wow, Danner's
And
back
like
also.
Ross, you know, I caught up with him for a bunch, and
First time in 2 years.
right, yeah,
Put me
but
in on.
You should talk about your channel.
even a comment's not gonna be able to bridge that gap, so.
Yeah, let him talk
Don't worry
about
about it.
Give him a second to talk about his channel since he's also
Come on, give it a plug.
Walk that shit.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Use the plug.
Come on up.
Sell yourself, man.
I pretty much I do Lego reviews and where's the there's the
Camera right there.
This is a little awkward setup here.
Yeah.
I do some Lego music videos. Thank you. I do some different music videos, which I don't think I've seen anybody else do music videos. No one's willing to make a fool of themselves singing about Lego.
They are true. They are absolutely great.
But I've made parodies of popular songs like Gangnam Style and Happy.
Does Silence you keep the royalties?
Perform one of the songs for us.
Does Silence you keep the royalties?
Yeah, Psy owned my parody, which you gotta learn to what background music you put in there.
Yeah.
But he gave it back, and now I'm making a bunch of money. No, kidding. So then I also made an epic rap battle of Lego history. So I bet most of you have seen epic rap battles of history, which is like two characters from history, maybe different time periods that are kind of the same subject, battle with a rap battle. And so there's some conflict between AFOLs and kid fans of Lego, and so we did a rap battle with that. So yeah, I said Legos a lot in it. I know that's making a lot of you cringe right now, but I've learned to say Lego now. Whenever my dad says Legos, I correct him now.
It's Lego bricks.
Lego bricks. Sorry.
Lego products. Elements.
So yeah, I do that kind of stuff on my channel, and my name's weird. It's Pugnacious10.
Well, between conventions and online communities, I'm more of an engineer and a builder, so when you come in here and you can actually see the creations up front and understand how people are building them, that's a lot easier than trying to look at it online and trying to figure this stuff out. I have a problem where I can take some really clear pictures, but they all come out horrible for some reason, because I have no idea how to pose the figure just right, or the camera flash will come out wrong, so all the colors that are, let's say, purple will come out as bright blue. But it's nice to be able to come in here so people can actually see what the creation looks like in person. So it's nice for the first day or two when this is not a public event to be able to talk to people and look at their creations and to learn some new building techniques. But when it's also nice when the public comes in, they look at these things. I did not know you could do this with Bionicle. Of course, the problem is, 1 year after Bionicle was gone, a lot of people kept on coming and calling it Hero Factory. But I'm not sure if this is a compliment or not, but if one kid came in 1 year and looked at my creation and said, "Oh, they're Japanese," over and over again, I was confused by that. But another thing I like is that my Bionicle creations are mostly handleable, so I can actually take them off the table to give people a closer look and show off some of the functions like flip open shields or ball launchers that I've built into them. So it's nice to actually have people come in and be able to handle these things instead of just coming in, go onto a website and look at them and kind of try to figure out what it looks like in person.
As Richard was pretty much already saying, it's so great because when you go to these conventions and you get to meet all these people that you've already been talking to online, you realize that they have physical faces and they have real bodies, and you can actually associate with these people in real life. There's nothing that can really compare to it. When I went to my first Brick Fair in 2010, it's just like, it's so surreal because you spend so much time talking to people on Skype and on Google Hangouts, as Andrew was talking about, and it's great.
It's a Christmas-like experience, as Mr. Bites would say.
Yeah. Hey.
Whatever. I don't care.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. A fight? Want to fight?
All right. What did you even say?
I don't know.
These conventions are amazing because when I have people approach me about my minifigures and they start asking me questions about techniques I use, I'm like, go away, I'm not telling you anything. But I also, not really, but I also, it's exciting to me because when these people are expressing interest to you and your work in person, you can comment and, hitting a like button cannot compare to that, having that one-on-one conversation with that person expressing interest in what you do as a YouTuber, as a mock builder, as whatever it may be that you do in this community. So conventions just like open up those doors, and that's why I spend, and me and the rest of my friends, we spend quite literally the majority of our years just of these past few years anyway, just talking about these conventions, what we plan on doing, and how we plan on making the most out of the few days that we are given with these people that we're never going to see again because, well, at least not until like the next year, 12 months, not that long. At least you realize that when you go to these conventions a lot. Because you'll blink, I'll be in Virginia like next month. So, Matt saved me from the opportunity.
So like all I have to say is that like real life sometimes real life sort of blows, right? You order a salad, there's a hair in it. Gas goes up 10 cents right before you're gonna go fill up.
Where you have to play the lonely song.
Yeah, you pay for an extra large and you get a small. I don't know, but at LEGO conventions, it's really just a good time all around. It's a time to forget all the other worries that you have in your life and just sort of throw down and have a good time.
Speaking of forgetting your life, every time I go to a convention, and I've already been seeing it while I've been here, it's like the world changes when I come back. It's like everything happens when I'm not sitting in front of my computer. Like life, it's like I come back to like Earth 2. It's like a whole rewalk.
Are you saying that it's like you're under the influence of some unknown substance?
Yeah, that is a lack of sleep because of trying to get videos up at least every 2 or 3 days on my freaking YouTube channel, man.
Do you think that you need a better work-life balance?
I think I need a bed. I sleep on pillows.
Oh, right. Well, I think that's just in front of one.
Where are this kid's parents?
Asheville.
No.
What? Do we just reject my? I think I'm lying.
I think we've thoroughly answered this question already.
Yeah.
So Ray's asking about cross-site promotion, how sites can kind of work together. What he was mainly referring to is the battle for the gold mask contest that was going on. Bonicle launched earlier this year, but as they were going up to the launch, LEGO was teasing some stuff, and they came to BZPower and some other fan sites and helped enable us to work together to have a contest to give away a 14 karat solid gold mask, or a lightsaber battle over here. And it was really great to be able to work with some of the other fan sites out there and get to kind of bounce ideas back and forth off of them and see how they run contests and how we could work together to put a contest together and bring in, I think all total we had about 2,000 entries. So it was really amazing to see what happens when the communities can work together to try to reach out to the fans and get stuff happening. And I know, like Matt mentioned earlier, Beyond the Brick has had myself and some of the other people up here and plenty of other people in the community on their show and vice versa, kind of helping to spread the word of the different sites and different channels out there so we can be aware and all kind of share the content and discover, people's individual niches. So, for example, you might have stumbled upon Beyond the Brick, but then you see them interview someone and you say, oh, I didn't know that there was a whole website dedicated to botanical or space or whatever theme you might be interested in, and you can go join them and find more people who share your interests and talk to them.
I'd be a gamer.
So the question is, what would we be doing if we weren't doing the online community stuff that we're doing?
Fratting.
So personally, I have no idea. I've been in the online LEGO community for like 15 years now, it's kind of consumed my free time. So it's my main hobby outside of going to work every day.
It's been in so long he doesn't remember what the outside is like.
Yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, there's sunlight out there, and there's things that aren't made out of plastic. So I'll pass the mic and let other people talk.
I would be working. Batman.
That just topped it. I already do other things like this kid and this kid.
I probably would be in Arkham Asylum, and I just want to say, I thought this was a projection screen. I didn't even realize this was a wall.
Yeah.
Right. That shows how observant I am.
We discovered that yesterday.
We didn't notice this. That was
This
good.
like blew my mind.
That was more.
I probably would be a novelist by now.
That's cute.
We have questions for them, right?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is it that we can do for you guys that we're not yet doing?
Give us free stuff.
Oh, that's a good one, Kevin. How do websites get free stuff?
I forget how many free things I've shipped to you, my brother. So don't say give us free stuff. We do. I think all of our sites do contests and giveaways. There's plenty of free stuff to go around.
Right.
Kevin Hinkle,
I'm not on camera.
Oh, we absolutely got.
you have a question.
Do I have a question?
You do. You want us to answer how do Lego sites
Does
get...
Lego support you guys at all?
Yes, they do. Good question.
It wasn't staged at all.
Wow.
That was an amazing question.
Thank you.
Now, I think
Rigged.
everyone except these guys, because they have a lot of money and we don't, get free stuff from Lego.
It's not true. We have 11 kids.
Oh, left between two families.
Yeah, well,
Their wives.
the Lego Group is such a kind and generous company. Okay, well, Lego supports its fans and its communities by providing some support programs. Now, if you attended Kevin Hinkle's seminar yesterday or the day before or something,
They all work together. Whatever it was.
whenever it
It all
was,
runs together.
It's not like you
there's
see
this
these
great program called the Lego Ambassador Network where him and me and him, we work with the Lego Group to provide them valuable insight between AF Wells and the Lego Group. It's a two-way relationship. Because while we're fan communities, we're helping them out by spreading the word.
I'm thinking maybe you guys could describe some significant challenges you face on the online community.
Mostly trolls and haters. For some reason, YouTube seems to attract the worst in people, right?
Yes. Where people go that are angry. Literally, we'll tell a story about this one kid. We hope it's a kid. Could be that guy though. But literally, he creates new usernames on a daily basis, makes comments that are really inappropriate, or rips us, or rips other people. And sometimes he'll go, this last week, he created an account, called it The Brick Show, used our logo, and started replying to our subscribers profanity.
Isn't that the worst?
So it looked like we were swearing at our own audience. And we had to try to stop.
Were you?
Then I had a mom email me saying their kid was like distraught because we had called him a biatch, and we did. And we had to, that's the kind of stuff we have to deal with kind of
That's a little bit more.
on a basis.
Any challenges? Okay, well, there's a big one for Brickpedia. We used to be hosted on wikia.com, which was it is a free wiki hosting site. And when you sacrifice for free, you also get really, really, really bad service and really, really poor display of your content, like ads everywhere, and just it looks more like the content is the ads and the article is sort of something on the side. So we made our own site. It's called BrickUniverse.org.
Okay, so this is gonna get dark really fast.
Thanks for the
All
word.
right. But I've been doing this, as I've made clear, since 2008, so I've seen it all. But losing your channel once to some guy with no life, probably living in a slum with his rats that he names individually. Yeah, so that was great. Slept for 2 days. My mom was emailing YouTube for 6 hours, I think you said. Yeah, this was 5 years ago, 2009. That was not fun. That was probably the darkest day of my YouTube channel. And what sucks is it was really early on too. And then also my first copyright strike, which was from Lucasfilm as a great thank you for being a fan of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which was the animated series that is quite literally the reason I'm sitting here today. That basically inspired me to start on YouTube. And so yeah, they gave me a nice copyright strike for an ancient video that I didn't even realize was still on my channel. Had to wait.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel great. It was so satisfying that being a Star Wars fan since 2005, that Lucasfilm appreciated it so much that they just looked at me like, oh, copyright flick, and then I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
Sorry, bro.
So I just had to wait 6 months for copyright expiration, which was so great, and I actually contacted YouTube and I said, hey, is there anything we can do about the strike? Because there are features that get disabled if you get a strike, and I need to get those features taken off. So they were like, no, you gotta wait 6 months by. And I was like, okay, thanks, great. Next question?
So as far as challenges go on BZPower, you know, like we were talking about before, the internet can attract some of the worst people, and you know, eventually you have to ban them off your site, and then they figure out a way to hack your site and post inappropriate images and such. And that's never a fun experience to get a phone call from someone in the middle of the night saying, hey, your account just got hacked and you're like posting things I don't want to even talk about online. So yeah, it's always a challenge, security on the internet. You know, you got to make sure you close off all the security holes and things like that. And there's just all sorts of people out there who hide behind the anonymity and want to just, mess with you just because they can or because you said something they didn't like and now they want to destroy you. It's never fun.
How do you think the online LEGO community serves its female fans? Because this seems like an all-boys club.
You know, the demographic is actually...
BZPower is open to everyone, so we have plenty of female members, and we don't single them out. They're people just like everyone else, and we let them build and share whatever else they want to do.
I have 3 girls. And they're always playing with Lego.
Congratulations. We review plans and nobody watches them.
BrickUniverse has about 0.2% active female user count. Actually, I think we've actually got like about 4 or so female users active in the past month. Who say they're female, like I don't know who the heck some of them are, but maybe those who say they're female aren't, but they like friends, so maybe they're those 2 viewers on the videos.
So like females are like, what, half the world's population, and on some university campuses, way more than half of the population. But I think LEGO releasing the Friends line and now the Elves line and more lines generally geared towards females sort of acknowledges what other toy companies have long done. It's just important to serve both males and females with diverse product lines. So go LEGO, right?